Warning, this podcast is on lockdown. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Sleepy Hollow Season 4, Episode 9, Child's Play. I'm your host, Dom, and with me is Kim.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Getting close to the end here.
Yeah.
We have, 4 episodes left?
Which I was surprised, considering I felt like this, and we make this comment in, when we do Supernatural, the monster of the week kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of was, but yet it kind of wasn't.
Yeah, it ties into the whole story here. Getting Molly's stuffed blanket creature thing to come to life.
Like a voodoo doll.
Mr.
When she started to draw it, looked like a voodoo doll.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. It's just like you have Mr. Stitch and he's like protecting Molly in a way. You know, it's like everything that Molly has negative emotion to, it's going for. Goes after her teacher because, you know, the teacher was like getting on her case, and goes after her mother, and her mother lied to her. You know, it's like all this stuff, and it was just like, you know, what the hell is going on? When did Malcolm actually get this thing on Molly?
That's a good question, because we don't see it ever happening.
No.
And he acts like the first time he's met her was when he, in the alleyway, which I would probably talk about later. But, so yeah, when did this happen?
Well,
Obviously, it couldn't have been him, it had to be someone.
They said it was a tablet, right, with a Wiccan hex that was put on it, and the person that donated the tablet to the local schools ended up being Malcolm. But how did he know that specific tablet was going to go to Molly? And, that doesn't make sense to me, you know?
Unless he hexed them all.
Maybe. If he did, then we're going to be in a lot more trouble than just Molly's imaginary friend running around, you know?
That's true.
So.
I mean, unless there was a way he made sure that she's the one who got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. But I really did. I enjoyed this monster. I thought it was great because it was basically a golem, you know? And we got to see how it was made. The way they defeated it was really cool. They had to burn the real blanket. It was, you know, it wasn't tied. It was magically linked and all that. And
it was almost sad to watch this monster go.
Yeah.
Like any of the other monsters, it's all like, yeah, get rid of this stupid thing, or we don't really care. This one you actually kind of cared about.
Yeah, just a little bit. And I don't know. At the same time, burning childhood memories too is kind of rough. You know, you hear Dana go really don't want to let this go. You know, and she has to burn it. And it's rough. You know, do you still have your childhood blanket?
I don't have it. It's at my dad's house.
Mm-hmm. But you know where it is. You could get it if you wanted it, kind of deal.
I have mine. I have my baby pillow, and I have my dad's baby pillow.
See, that's what I mean right there. My father's mother hand stitched a blanket for him. Right, he has that. She hand stitched one for me. I don't use it still, but I have it in storage. I have that stuff, you know. So even though I haven't seen it, haven't used it in years upon years upon years upon years, I would still have trouble burning that, you know. So
okay.
It's rough. It's rough. And I even know another TV show, The Impractical Jokers. One of their punishments was they burned this guy's blanket, right? They didn't actually. They burned. What happened was they tied him up. They made him watch it, and then they burned it in front of him. And then they're like, "No, just kidding." And then they're like, "Here's the blanket." And then he goes, "Oops!" And he took that blanket and he threw it in the fire and burned that one. And that's how the episode ended. And only to find out that both of those were replica props and his real blanket was at home the whole time, but he thought that they actually burned his two blankets. But still, like, that's really rough. If I was there and those, oh, I would have been so mad at them, you know? Like,
It's because it's one of those things. I think it just becomes in I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, or like your first, like I had my first teddy bear.
yeah,
I still have that too.
yeah,
It becomes this just it's that holding on to your childhood, holding on to your past a little bit.
yeah,
But
yep. And then we had the episode started with Jake like running through the woods and everything. I'm like, this is gonna, like, they've done this so many times on the show where it opens with something and then it turns out to not be that. So I was not even like worried for Jake at all. And we find out, Jake's actually training at a little kid's obstacle course with Alex, and Alex is just like, yeah, what are you doing? And he wants to be prepared, and I don't blame him. Like, just found out a whole bunch of crazy shit goes on in the world, right? So why wouldn't you want to be in shape and ready to go and everything? It's not saying that he has to go out looking for it, but he's got to be prepared in case, something does happen. I don't see anything wrong with that. But Alex was kind of showing a lot of resistance to him, and everything this whole time. And then when they had brought Molly to come visit the vault, the thing goes into lockdown mode when Crane and Molly are inside. Everybody else is outside, and they're trying to, like, investigate how to get in, and they find Alex and Jake find these, like, scratchings on the door. So they investigate who it was, and it was the ID of a former employee. And they, girl Claudia, and they end up, going and hunting her down, like, trying to find her. They knock on the door, and it's booby trapped to rig a shotgun blast through the door. Like, are you kidding me?
it's that old paranoia, monster's gonna get me. It's that.
But
You've seen it a billion times before.
You mean to tell me in all the years that she's been dead, because she'd not just die like last week or something like that.
No, she's been dead for a while.
Yeah, she's been dead for a long time. That nobody has tried to knock on that door? You know what I mean? Like, the mailman?
She's a recluse. She's a hermit.
Yeah,
no one
the
talks
mailman?
to her.
Like, what about a solicitor? You mean to tell me?
It wasn't a knock on the door. It was a jiggle
house?
of the handle. So they had to jiggle the handle of the door.
Maybe, yeah.
The way it was set to rig.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you mean to tell me a solicitor didn't come to the door, Jehovah's Witness, or the grass on the yard is a little long. Sometimes you get the landscapers driving by, come knock. Do you want your lawn cut? I'm like,
yeah. Again, it still would have to be the jiggle of the door. Now, not only was it a jiggle of the door, do you notice how long it took from the jiggle of the door for it to finally go off?
That's true.
I was like, that was weird.
Very archaic booby trap system. It's like one of those. You ever watch the Dominoes videos? Like, Google them on YouTube.
Yeah.
You watch, and it's like it goes not only just dominoes, but then they start like going into other objects. You'll see like it'll hit like a pool table, and it'll knock the cue into a bowling into a billiard ball, and the ball will go down, and it'll hit this, and it'll knock that, and it's just like this chain of events kind of deal. That it feels like that's what that booby trap system was like rigged in the house to do. To make that shot go off, and that's why it was so delayed. But
the thing also was the shotgun was in her hand.
Yeah, that's a little weird too.
It was like it was set ready that even if she died, it would still go off.
I guess I don't know.
Oh, it was weird.
Was it the same shotgun? Was there another shotgun in the house?
Oh, maybe that's the case. I don't know. It just was. I didn't pay attention to whether the string attached to the one that she was.
Yeah, I didn't either. But it was definitely interesting. But, all in all, Alex ends up kind of like telling Jake, we're going to see this through. We're not going to end up like Claudia and...
Crazy lady.
Huh?
Crazy lady. I wanted to call her crazy lady.
Crazy lady, yeah, Claudia. And... Michael, I think, was Claudia's partner.
And they never explained what happened.
No. Yeah. But, Alex and Jake said they're not going to end up like them. They're going to see this through and do it. So, hopefully hopefully nothing bad happens to either one of them, because I love both Alex and Claudia. I don't want to see Claudia, Alex and Jake. I don't want to see anything bad happen to either of them.
I
So
feel unless they intend to either in the show or they move on to something else, I can see one of them going just for like a huge dramatic
I hope not.
thing.
I hope not. I hope not even like for the series finale. Like they're my two favorite characters that have ever been on this
I'm
show.
not saying anytime soon. I'm saying
Yeah,
like
no, I
if
know.
if they decide to end the show or do something like
Yeah,
dramatic down the road.
yeah. But I mean, the reason why they brought Molly to the vault in the first place is because she's been having a lot of trouble adjusting to being the witness, and she's out like seeing everything is bad. You know, like there's no good that comes out of it. So that's why they brought her there, and she was absolutely like fascinated with that place when they went in there. Like she could not believe what she was seeing. And I thought it was great. I don't know. I love the whole aspect. I love the vault. I love everything about it. Bringing Molly in there, I can't believe it took this long to get Molly in there. Like we're on episode 9.
Super hesitant with her how much she gets involved,
Oh
and
yeah,
now
yeah.
they're finally getting her mom's finally getting to get it in her head where it's like there's no running from this,
Hmm.
so you might as well just accept it.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah, that's definitely the point they're at now. But still, like you would have thought that maybe she would have dropped in like with Molly, not for any supernatural reason, but just hey, I gotta pick something up, or Molly was in. But no, it's taken us 9 episodes to get Molly in there, and I think the payoff was great because Molly loved it. She was fascinated with it. You saw even though they were in lockdown, like Crane's all worried, trying to figure out a way out, and she's just nope, reading away, doing research, looking at everything. She's loving it down there. But when
Drawing and humming and summoning a monster.
yeah, exactly. But when Crane showed her the secret passages, and she was like, "Oh, I feel like this is either gonna help Molly really well, or it's gonna end up hurting her." And I'm gonna more go down the path of it's gonna end up hurting her because she's gonna want to go down there. She's gonna want to explore. She's gonna dig something up. The way it could help her is something comes and she knows where they are and she can escape and whatever. But I see it going bad before it goes good.
Well, she's super smart. She is crazy smart, and she figures shit out really quickly
Yeah.
of how to maneuver, and she's very accepting of all of this kind of. I mean, she is, but she isn't. With I think it's not. She's accepting if she understands that okay, this is I'm gonna do this. But I think the part she doesn't accept is it's because she's still like dealing with like they're all these monsters, they're all bad,
Hmm.
and my mom's lying to me.
Yeah.
And that became the big thing over here was that though Diane's trying to protect her, it's not helping. It's only
Yeah.
making things.
Yep. But Molly's also dealing with these crazy future visions that she's been seeing, and she keeps Crane, and he's so old and alone and helpless, all this stuff, and then we see Malcolm having these same visions. Right? He's on the bed of nails with
Oh
the
my God, I was
stone.
cringing. I
Oh,
was cringing. I was like, ugh, ugh.
oh, the hammer came down. I was just like, ugh.
Like the moment I saw him, I was like, "Oh God, what are you gonna do?" And then I was thinking ice block because I was seeing it before the ice block.
Yeah.
I saw him put the thing on top of there, and then I saw him pick up the heads, and I'm just like, ugh.
Oh, it was awful. I cringed. I really did. So I'm curious how if Malcolm's visions are coming through pain, like that's what it seems like. Um,
Well, that was he said because he couldn't get them to happen when he wanted to, so he was researching of how others got their stuff working. So that was how
he
apparently.
tried just like going to sleep and dreaming, like has he tried that? I want to know what he's tried before jumping to let me lay on a bed of nails, hold a giant slab of stone, and you smash a sledgehammer onto that stone as hard as you can. That's kind of a big. How do we get from point A to point B? I would have liked to see a couple more attempts before that, but it worked out well. And Brian is saying in chat, I thought this episode had a really good message about how you shouldn't bottle up your emotions.
I agree.
Yeah, B, don't bottle up your emotions.
I didn't know I bottled up my emotions.
No, and just in general, it's actually a fantastic message. It really is. Because doing that more likely gets you into trouble, one way or the other.
It hurts. Well, it hurts more than it. I mean, one. I mean, that's. I mean, there's a lot of concepts when you think about the whole, bottling emotions and not expressing them early on, or because people don't know something, or you're upset with them and they don't know why, or you act out and no one knows why, or you go crazy and you shoot people and no one knows why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with these particular visions, though, we now know that they are of the distant future, right? Which we weren't sure exactly what it was. We knew Crane was older. We knew he had a scar, but we didn't know if it was like an alternate reality, if it was, some. But no, they've confirmed now it is the future. Malcolm said, I've been having visions of the future, all that. And then we get this really weird vision of Molly and Malcolm at like an Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter tea party kind of thing, where she's drawing pictures of him and she can't quite get his eyes right. And I'm like, what the hell is going on right now?
I got a really creeper vibe for a minute. I was like, pedophile, what?
Right? Right? But
I mean, the way he was like looking at her, and I'm just like,
yeah. But then, like, as the episode went on and we got to see more of it, the end of the episode when Malcolm shuts down the company, and he tells Job that there's another recruit ready to be plucked soon, and that all of a sudden, like, Molly gets brought up, and he says he didn't know how much Molly could mean to her, and that she needs a real father figure in her life. So
yeah, it changed the creepy vibe just a little.
Yeah. So I mean, I get where it's going now, and this really goes back even to last episode when Molly was looking for her father, a father figure, and then you see that reeling over into this episode when she's in the car driving with her mom, and she's just like, and dad's a monster, not that her dad was a monster, but the monster's looking like dad, and like that really messed her up. It messed her up bad.
Oh yeah.
So now you get Malcolm playing father figure, and he's got to be promising her, that he'll take all the monsters away, and all this stuff. He's got to do something like that, and I don't know.
It's gonna be like, I can protect you. It's gonna be this whole like. It's going to be giving her everything she thinks she wants, not realizing that he's not what she wants.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. We're in for a hell of a 4 more episodes.
I don't know where they're gonna go in 4 episodes. Like, what are they gonna do in 4 episodes?
I don't know. All I know is there was no. We spent so much time last week talking about Robbie Kay, and how a fantastic villain he could possibly play, and all this stuff, and how he was at the end of last episode, and then the actor Robbie Kay is nowhere to be found this episode at all. So I'm hoping he comes back and it wasn't just a one-off. It seems like the way they presented it, he wasn't a one-off character, but who knows? Anyway, next week episode is called Insatiable. When one of Diana's mentors is targeted by a horrific monster, she decides that the team must channel all their power towards stopping Dreyfus. Meanwhile, Dreyfus and Job have a breakthrough on a project of which Team Witness may not yet be aware. Dun dun dun. Doesn't really tell us much.
No.
We don't know what the horrific monster is, anything like that, but...
Or a colleague is, or this mysterious plan that could affect the witnesses.
No. It's probably the most vague summary we've had, and I don't know how long on any show. Like, I don't know.
It's very vague.
Very, very vague.
There's going to be a monster, there's going to be some things, and that's the end.
You could basically take that first part of that and interchange that for every episode. There's going to be a monster. Okay?
And there's an evil plan against witnesses.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You just summarized every single individual episode of the show. Oh, Brian mentioned this. Yeah, Jake yelling through the vault door was hilarious. And it was. Because even after he was informed of the intercom system, he still continued to yell through the vault door.
I forgot about that, yeah. Crane's like,
not once, not twice, 3 times. Kept it going.
Alex was like done with him during this episode. She's like, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. And like Molly crawling through the vents and everything was I liked she stepped up to like do her part kind of deal. And then had to run away from Malcolm after their meeting in the alley. Because I was like, oh, maybe that's when Malcolm did it. But I was like, no, the monster was already summoned by them. We already knew it was summoned by then. But yeah, there was that. And then Jenny, I guess. Jenny didn't really do a whole lot this episode either.
Other than the spell at the end.
Yeah. So, I don't know. All in all, I really did enjoy this episode. I thought it was great. But I'm a little worried now because I still have no idea where this is going for the last episode. Like 4 episodes away, we know there's something in the future. Are we gonna get a huge time jump? Like, what's gonna happen in these next 4 episodes? Like, it doesn't seem like we're getting a time jump next episode. So, you know, there's just a monster, and Dreyfus's plan is coming. If Dreyfus's plan, maybe that's something to do with the time jump. I don't know.
I honestly don't think the storyline is going to end this go around. There's no way. There's 4 episodes, and you want to just shove a bunch of crap in like 4 episodes.
It has to. It has to end this story. They're not going to leave this going on into the next season. There's no way. Because if this show is not getting picked up for another season, right? Because the ratings for this episode were actually the lowest the show has been.
Yeah, the show is actually in pretty.
It's in really bad dire straits right now, which is very sad because I really 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 like this episode. I really really like this season. But I don't know. Yeah, it said let's see. TV Fanatic is reporting that Sleepy Hollow hit series low. Dropping to 1 from a 0.4 rating. So yeah, I don't know. 0.4 rating. That's 1.9 million viewers. I mean, that's still a lot. Like 1.9 million is still a lot. That's not a small number. But you look at what came before Sleepy Hollow, and it was an encore, a repeat episode of Rosewood, which had 2 million viewers. You know, a repeat episode got more views than a new episode of Sleepy Hollow. So
that's sad.
Yeah. So
it's really sad.
Yeah, it is. Like in comparison, other shows that are on right now, Vampire Diaries, which is in its final season, has 1.2 million viewers, right? Their ratings have dropped significantly too. There's a reason why the show's in its last season, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Surprised Grimm. Isn't Grimm in its last season
Grimm
too?
is also in its last season, but that show has
4.2 million.
Yeah. So. That's about where we stand with that.
Oh, how's it Emerald City? The Emerald City chases?
Yeah, Emerald City's sitting at 2.9, and then we have Shark Tank sitting at 6.1 million. All right,
people like reality shows.
Yeah, that's where this is headed, and it's I don't like it. I wish shows like this would get a little more spotlight. I mean, I could understand. I totally get how the show's dropped off for some people because after season 3, I didn't even know how I felt about continuing the show. So, to be honest,
we did talk about us not doing the show anymore.
Yeah, to be honest though, I probably would have if we weren't doing podcasts for this, probably would have stopped the show at either season 2 or partway through season 3, and I don't think I ever would have came back. So, Bravo to them, though, for pulling it together for season 4. Doesn't seem like it's enough, but if we get a season 5, it's going to be a miracle, and I'm not going to be sad. Like, I want another
Well, we
season.
were surprised with the season 4.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
We may, maybe.
It's very true. So I think that's about it. Kim, where can the people find you?
On the Twitters, HUFFITY, PUFFITY.
Excellent. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can find us all on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Till next time.
Bye-bye.